President of Duke Energy Florida, and she's joining us from St. Petersburg. So thank you for being here with us, and first highlighting that when we give our viewers the number of customers without power, that doesn't necessarily mean the number of people that live in that house that are not having power, right? So it's quite a few people in these households. And we know that Duke Energy specifically serves 35 counties with over 2 million customers alone, nearly 1 million of your customers without power. So what are the challenges right now in getting it back online?
Well, thank you for kind of setting the stage on where our footprint is in the state of Florida. And Hurricane Milton came in just south of Tampa Bay and just south of Pinellas County, which is home to St. Petersburg. It's where I am right now. It's Tropicana Field that you just showed. And so it is one of our most populated, if not most populated county that we serve. And then that storm just went straight across the state of Florida, almost followed a bit of the I-4 corridor and went out the other side, and it hit every county that we serve. So from a very populated Tampa Bay area to another very heavily populated area around Orange County, Orlando, and all the way out to Volusia County before it exited the state. So we modeled and knew that we felt confident, I should say, that we would probably have about 1 million customers who would be impacted just based on the projected track of the storm.
Well, that's just unbelievable to hear that it hit every single county that you serve. So now the question is how do you get people back online? How do you prioritize when and where? What does that look like?
So we started mobilizing for the storm over the weekend, and the big part of that is identifying the number of resources that we would need to assess damage and then, of course, begin the restoration process, which can also often include rebuilding infrastructure as well. So we have about 16,000 resources here to respond to Milton. Line workers, damage assessment, vegetation management. We also place people in emergency operating centers, both at the county and the state level. So today is the day of damage assessment. We were able to get out at sunrise, get boots on the ground so we can look at the damage for ourselves through the human eye, but we also use drones and helicopters as well to survey the damage. But at the same time, we do begin restoration, and that restoration really starts by focusing on critical infrastructure, critical facilities like hospitals, shelters, 911 centers, water treatment plants, lift stations, and we identify those facilities in partnership with our municipal partners throughout the year, so that when we know going into these storms what are those critical customers, then we can focus on that.
I mean, there's no question there's a lot of work to be done and that you are clearly prepared and ready to do it. But can you offer us any kind of staggered timeline here? What can people in the counties that you serve expect in the coming days, weeks?
So in the next 48 hours, we will provide our customers with an estimated time of restoration. That's why the damage assessment part is so important, because that way we have a very clear line of sight into what it's going to take and what we need to do to restore power. And we realize just how important it is to our customers to have that estimated time of restoration. They've been through a lot between Helene just a few weeks ago, Debbie was a couple months ago, and of course now this particular storm. So we are working very hard to make sure that we give them a good estimated time of restoration, and they will have that very soon.
Okay, well, and we know on a personal level you've also been through a lot. You're also a resident as well as a spokesperson, so thank you for taking the time to be with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you.